So a little while ago, I shared my recipe for Thin Mint Girl Scout Cookies, and a lot of people asked me if I could also make Samoas, and I did, healthy vegan style, using no oil, no wheat, and no refined sugar. And today, I'm going to show you how to make your own. Alright, so in a previous video, I did Thin Mint Girl Scout Cookies, and when I did, I got a lot of requests for different types of Girl Scout cookies, but number one was Samoas, so that's what I'm making today. Now, there's a lot that goes into a Samoa. We're going to make the base from the ingredients you see here. Once we make the base cookie, we're going to dip it in chocolate for the bottom layer, put a coconut caramel topping over the top, and then drizzle even more chocolate. So a busy cookie that comes together that creates a delicious flavor if you had Samoas and you know what I mean. Let's talk about the ingredients we're using to make the base. We're going to use some almond flour, some oat flour. This oat flour is certified glyphosate free and certified gluten free. We're going to use some cashew butter, some date paste, some baking soda, and then we're going to use some vanilla. These are the ingredients to make the base of the cookie, which is what we're going to do right now. All right, so we're going to start by combining our dry ingredients, getting them mixed. Then we'll do our wet ingredients, combine it all together to form the base of our cookie.
Now, I haven't had any store-bought cookies for many years, but when I checked out the ingredients in a typical Samoa Girl Scout cookie, the list had all kinds of disease-promoting ingredients like refined sugars, hydrogenated oils, artificial flavors, and the list goes on and on. But this is a much healthier and very satisfying cookie.
All right, so now I've got my dough rolled into a ball. The next thing I want to do is roll my dough out so I can cut it into cookies. Now to do that, I'm going to use 2 pieces of parchment paper, which you've probably seen me do in the past, and that just helps to keep things from sticking and make this a little easier.
If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe below.
Okay, so now I've got my dough rolled out to the thickness that I want it. Next, I want to cut my cookies. Now, Samoas are shaped kind of like a donut in that, I'm gonna use my cookie cutter to make the first cut, but then I need to make a hole in the middle. And to do that, I'm gonna just use this piping tip. Now, you could use something else. Anything you have that's circular that'll be that's appropriate for making the second hole, you can use. You can find something in the kitchen probably to do that with. But again, I'm gonna use a piping tip and my cookie cutter to get these cut.
Now I'm using a 2.5-inch cookie cutter, but a little bigger or smaller would work. Once I have all my cookies cut, I'm going to get them onto a parchment lined baking sheet.
All right, so now we'll get these in the oven, and while they're baking, we'll start making our caramel topping. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, as I mentioned, is make our coconut caramel topping. Now the ingredients we're going to use to make it are date paste again, some nut butter, some organic shaved coconut, and then some vanilla. Now, keep in mind that this creates a high-calorie dessert. These Samoas are a high-calorie dessert, so portion control is a must on these. But keep in mind, if we were making a traditional Samoa, to make this caramel-type topping, we'd be using things like refined sugar, maybe even cream and butter. So even though it's a high-calorie dessert, it's a way that you can still have a traditional favorite that you might have an emotional or sentimental attachment to it. You just love them, and you can make it without all of those detrimental ingredients. But still, I want to be very clear, portion control is a must because it is a high-calorie dessert. Okay, let's put together our caramel coconut topping. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to toast my coconut. Now, you could do this step simply by putting it in the oven, but coconut can burn kind of easily, so I want to put it in the pan and just watch over it and make sure I get it exactly like I want it.
To keep the coconut from burning, it's important to cook it on a lower temperature and also to mix it frequently.
All right, so now I've got my coconut toasted to the degree that I want it, and you saw what that looks like. Now I'm going to transfer it into a bowl, and then I'm going to cook my other ingredients and then combine them back together.
So the reason that I'm cooking the caramel mixture is not only that it's going to create a more concentrated flavor, but it also helps to thicken the mixture and give it a nice texture. And once I'm done cooking down the mixture, I'm going to add the toasted coconut and then let it cool.
Okay, so now I'm going to take my cookies and put them on the cooling rack so they can cool completely. And while they're cooling, I'm going to get my chocolate melted. Okay, so the next step is to melt our chocolate. Now, this is going to be the chocolate that we're going to use both for the bottom of the cookie as well as the drizzle over top.
If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe below.
All right, so now I've got my chocolate melted, I've got my cookies cooled. Now I'm just gonna take my cookies and dip the bottoms into the chocolate and onto the pan. All right, so now all the bottoms of my cookies have been dipped. The next step is to get these into the refrigerator, and the refrigerator will help the chocolate get cold, which means it'll set. And then once it's set, we'll take them out and top them with our mixture and then drizzle the remaining of our chocolate over top. Okay, so now my cookies have cooled and the chocolate on the bottom has firmed up like we want it. So now the next step is to add our layer of our coconut and date mixture and then drizzle our chocolate over top, and our cookies are done.
So I've experimented with a few ways of getting a caramel layer onto the cookies, and this was my favorite way. Now I take a bit of the cooled mixture and shape it into a rope shape and press it in sections onto the cookie. And once I've done all the cookies, I'm adding an extra sprinkle of coconut and then a drizzle of chocolate.
All right, our cookies are done now and they look amazing. Healthy vegan Samoa Girl Scout cookies. If you like Samoas, you definitely should make this recipe. All the flavor with none of the guilt. You'll love them. Spot on. All right, if you're new to my channel and you're wondering how to find the recipes, look below the video and tap on the word more and you'll see the beginning of the recipe. Tap on the word more a second time and you'll see the full recipe, and then you can begin to make your own. Thanks for watching.